Our first project will be to shrink wrap a boat, and we've chosen a 19-footer here. And all the same principles that work on this 19-footer will work on larger and smaller boats. What Ryan has done already is put in the center support, which runs from the highest point on the bow to the highest point on the stern. What this does is give you the strength and slope that you need to have snow and ice, water, whatever, run off the cover. Okay, Ryan is now going to put a buckle in, going side to side on the boat over the top of the support pole. As you can see, we have two uprights in this particular boat, and generally speaking, you want to be about 10 inches higher behind the windshield on a boat with your upright support than where the strap normally falls right on the top of the windshield. This will give us the slope so that snow and ice will run right off the cover. So we have a tight center support, and now Ryan is also pulling the side-to-side support nice and tight, so that will give us plenty of support, so there'll be no weight resting on the windshield. He's going to do this one right behind the windshield, and we'll do the one in the aft part of the cockpit also. Buckles can absorb heat quicker than the shrink wrap, so we like to put some tape on them so that the buckles won't protrude through when the shrink wrap is hot. And on the top of the support pole, we're also going to put in another staple to hold the pole upright. All right, Ryan's going back to put a buckle in the strapping going side to side over the last pole in the boat in the back of the cockpit. Again, the buckles allow you to adjust the tension in the strapping, and the tighter the upright support structure is, the better. We don't want any movement where snow or ice could sit on the cover. Even our thinnest shrink wrap will hold 256 pounds per square foot, which, if it's laying inside of a boat cover, can cause some damage. So the support structure is very, very important. Ryan is, of course, putting a loop on each side of the buckle just in case it should turn. This gives it a little bit of extra durability. Then he'll trim off the edges, tape it, and this will, and after he staples the top of the pole through the top of the end cap, this will constitute the finish of the support structure. And once that is done, you just want to make sure you have all of your tools taken with you off from the boat. And also, at that point in time, make sure, of course, that your boat has been winterized. This is a very good time before we actually start putting the shrink wrap on. All right, again, we have the support structure done, and what we have to do to measure how wide the material should be for your boat is to, you always want to be 6 to 8 inches below the rub rail on the boat. So what we're going to do to determine the width of the material is measure from the highest board at the center over the widest part of the boat down to 6 or 8 inches below. We have about 66 inches, and we want to double that figure. And our band is going to go right about here, our perimeter band, and we need another foot, 6 inches on each side, that we're going to tuck under the band. So we're going to have about a 12-foot piece of material here will work very well. Now the perimeter band goes around the hull horizontally, and again, this is going to be very tight, and this is what's going to hold the cover on. To hold this band up, though, the first thing we're going to do is tie some loops in the actual coming down from stanchion bases or grab rail, in this particular instance, using the same strapping. Now this is just a very simple loop that we're going to run the perimeter band through, and this will give us a nice straight line along the side of the boat also. And Ryan will now start running this through, and we're going around the entire boat from the stern, around the bow, and back to the stern again, where we will put a buckle in and tighten it with the tensioning tool. Ryan's coming around now with the perimeter band. Again, it's went around the entire boat, and we want to put a buckle in at the stern where we get an equal pull down both sides of the boat. And the buckle is installed in the strapping so that we can put a tensioning tool on it. And again, we want this band to be extremely tight. This is the band that's holding the entire cover on. If it's loose at all, it can chafe and move up and down on the side of the boat, which isn't good during the winter storage season, causing scratches in the gel coat or paint. Also, if this band is loose at all, if snow is sitting on top of the cover, it can pull the band up, allowing the snow to fall into the cover. And again, the shrink wrap is strong enough to cause damage on some boats if it did happen to fall on the inside of the boat. So Ryan's putting the tensioning tool on right now, and it easily slips onto the strapping. And you can put the strapping through any of the slots in the capstan, and he's starting to pull it tight, and we want to again make this just really, really tight. The strapping itself is a woven polyester cord, and it will stretch only about 1 or 2% just before it gets to its maximum break strength. So we're continuing to pull out. Then Ryan will go down and feel on the side of the boat to make sure it's tight enough before he cuts the strapping off. Ryan's now checking the tension in the side of the perimeter band. Again, we want this extremely tight. He'll also cover the fuel vent at this time. This is very important that the fuel vent be covered so no fumes are escaping. A simple piece of tape over the fuel vent will make that happen. Now, the fuel vent will probably be covered by the shrink wrap, so what Ryan is going to do is put a piece of tape below where the cover is going to go on the side of the boat so we can come back and remember where the fuel vent was, because we do want to open it up again before the after we actually have the cover on the boat. All of our rolls of shrink wrap are center slit material, so that means they have an opening in them. They're multifold, so if you order a 40-foot wide roll of material, it's not going to be 40-foot wide as it comes to you. You'll have multiple folds in it, and all of the material actually has a slit down the center. So as you put it on the object you're going to cover, it doesn't matter if it's a machine, boat, whatever, it will unfold equally in each direction. So it's very easy to apply, and it has a bit of slip in it also, so it unfolds easily. Also, the rolls of shrink wrap all come on a 3-inch cardboard core, so it's very easy to run a pipe through like on our film dispenser. And the film should be always off the ground. It has a lot of static electricity in it, which means that it's going to pick up dirt, gravel, and so on, and you do not want to drag that up and over a boat or machinery, because then you're getting dirt on it, which can cause abrasion and scratches. So we're ready now. We have our tight perimeter band, the support structure is done, the fuel vent is covered, and we're ready for Ryan to start putting the film on the boat.